Hi, docs. This is Dr. Una, just hopping on to check up on everybody and share a few ideas, things I've been thinking about. So, if we've never met before, I am the founder of EntreMD, and it is a company whose mission is to help doctors build profitable businesses so that they can have the freedom to live life and practice medicine on their own terms. I've been an entrepreneur for a little over a decade at this point, super excited about it. And, we have a lot of changes and stuff going on since COVID-19, and kind of wanted to share what I'm thinking, right? This is just kind of behind the scenes and, what I'm working on. So first of all, I want to say a big thank you to all the docs who are out there on the front lines. Now I'm in primary care. I still see patients 2 days a week, but I'm primary care pediatrics, so I can claim I'm in the front lines, but not not as much as some others. So, our ICU docs and our ED docs and our anesthesiologists and and everybody else, really, I just want to say a big thank you for your service. And I know it's hard and it's exhausting, and some people are having a really hard time, but there's those of us here, we're here for you, we're rooting for you, we're praying for you, and we're hoping for, great outcomes and that you don't get sick and all of that stuff. So thank you for what you do. I also want to say a big thank you to those of you who are entrepreneurs and are kind of setting the way and showing what is possible, and you help the economy and all of this other stuff. I know that for this could be really scary times and all that, and I'm going to kind of speak to that a little bit. And I just want to let you know, don't quit. Um, don't think it's all gone to is all gone away and it's all for nothing and it's not going to work. I'm going to share a story that I heard today that's really inspiring, and I hope it inspires you too. So hang in there. This too shall pass. like literally. I know, especially the small business owners, those that own private practices. Some have closed their doors. Some have seen a lot less visits. Some have pivoted and doing telemedicine. There are all kinds of things going on, and let's just talk about that. So first of all, anybody who knows me will probably say they're sure I'll say something about being calm. So I'll just go ahead and say be calm. Don't panic. I think there are two extremes with this pandemic. There are two extreme positions you can take. One is you could be like the ostrich and bury your head in the sand and pretend like nothing's wrong, and like you're in la la land, and and that's an extreme. The other extreme is you can be, like the bird, was it a chicken or bird? I don't know what it was that kept screaming, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. And you've imagined every worst case scenario. And not only have you imagined it, but you're a player in this worst case scenario. Like this is happening to you. And those are two extremes I want you to avoid. I want you to be right smack in the middle. And what that means is that you are aware that times have changed, that things are different, that you need to pivot, that you need to pay attention, see where you need to adapt. You know that something is going on. So you plan for the worst. It doesn't mean the worst is happening. You plan for it. Like, what if I had to close my doors? What if my suppliers who are in China never reopen their factories? What if I can't meet payroll? What if, like, you plan for the worst? And when you're done with your contingency plans, then you hope for the best. So you're staying positive, but you're not in denial, right? So plan for the worst, hope for the best. Okay. All right. So I was I was listening to Michael Hyatt's story, and he was at some point the CEO of Nelson Publishing and all this stuff. And when he came on, something happened in 2007. So 2007 is right before, the recession that happened and all this stuff. And they had a perfect storm. I think it would be, close to what is happening now, not the health implications, right? That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the business implications. And so in 2007, Amazon came out with Kindle. And it may be hard to remember, but there was a time people didn't really read ebooks. Like, you just read physical books. So Amazon had come out with Kindle. And while the Kindle wasn't as wildly successful as the iPad and all that stuff, I think it did take about 20% of the market. So, which was huge. I mean, for a company like Nelson Publishing. So it came out with the Kindle. And then right after that, it was that season where social media had completely changed the landscape of marketing. And so they were somewhat behind the times because they were still doing what was considered traditional. So they had the Kindle, they had social media disrupting the way marketing was done, and then they had the actual recession. So it was like a perfect storm, and nothing was working. And it was like, shoot, what's going to happen? Are we going to go under, and all of this stuff? And they did what maybe I'm asking you to do, which is they were calm. And they were calm, and they sat and critically analyzed the situation. Like, what's going on here? What's the worst that can happen? What are our opportunities? What are our threats? And they came up with a plan. And, I'm going to go over that. So the first thing they did was they moved all their books and created online versions of all of them, right? Knowing that people now wanted to consume content in that way. So they pivoted, right? So they made that change. They didn't destroy their business and start a brand new business. They're pivoting, right? So, it's kind of like us. Now people want a lot of convenience. They don't want to wait. They don't want to go anywhere. So you may say, I'm not going to offer same day appointments. I'm not going to do telemedicine and all that. You're kind of hurting yourself because you have to pivot. Okay. So they moved all their books online. And after that, they started doing dual publishing. I don't think that's what he called it, but I'm not a publisher. But essentially what they started doing was every time they publish a book, they publish the physical copy and the digital copy at the same time, which this is 2008. All right. So this was innovative at that time. Then they analyze every one of their products to kind of determine where is the bulk of our money coming from, right? So kind of like the 80-20 rule, the Pareto rule, where you're like, we get 80% of our profits from 20% of our clients. So it's critical that we identify what is that 20% and then focus on them, because that's where all of the money comes from. So they did that, and then they got rid of things that were either not profitable or were, with really tiny margins. And, so that was really good. And they mastered social media marketing, right? It's not like, well, I don't believe in social media. I don't want to do social media. I'm not about that life. It's not for my profession. None of that. They're like, look, if we don't master this, we're going out of business, because marketing as we know it has changed. So they mastered that. And they had to do some layoffs as well, up to 20% of their staff. And the end result of that is they thrived. I mean, it's a $250 million company. I may have made that up. I don't know which company that is, his current company, Nelson Publishing. But regardless, they're very profitable, very, 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 very profitable company. So I said all that to say this. Maybe you feel like this is a huge storm. It's a huge hit. I don't know what to do with my business, all that kind of stuff. You're going to do a few things. One is you're going to stay calm. Two, you're going to look at what are the new problems my business is now facing, right? Because of COVID-19. What are the new problems? Level-headed, calm. What are the new problems? The third thing is, what are the new opportunities that have presented themselves, right? And if you want to know what those opportunities are, look at the problems. Like, some of those problems you have the solution to. Some of those problems your business just needs to pivot a little, and it can have the solution to it. So what are those problems? What are the opportunities because of it? If you look at it, I would just use private practice as an example. Telemedicine is an opportunity. Especially because, with all the social distancing and stuff, a lot of insurance companies are now paying for it. Medicare is covering it. Medicaid is covering it. So it's a huge opportunity. So yes, we have maybe your visits coming into your office are less, but now you have the ability to build this whole other income stream, which was really hard to do before because insurances didn't cover it. And, patients some didn't know what it was. And now everybody's like, hey, do you do virtual visits? So that's an opportunity, right? So just think in those kind of terms. What are the new problems? What are the new opportunities? Where do I need to take action? Where do I need to become a leader? If you're not doing videos and you're not doing any of those things, People are really looking for leadership at this point. People are afraid, people are anxious, people are literally having palpitations, and they're looking for someone to guide the way. And you're a physician, and your patients are waiting on you to say something. They're waiting on you to tell them. They listen to the news, they listen to their girlfriends on social media, but they want to hear from you as well. So this is the time to emerge as the authority and as the expert that you are. It's time to engage in the marketplace. It is not time to panic. Now, remember, this is not a health conversation. This is a business conversation. It is not time to panic. And if you need help, reach out. If you have questions, ask them. If you need coaching, give us a call, whatever. But don't be the ostrich. Don't cry. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Stay right in the middle. And hopefully, like Michael Hyatt, at the end of it, you come out on top. Okay. So just wanted to kind of share what I was thinking, and you know, we can do this. Okay. We can do this. All right. So there you go. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and do not panic. In fact, post that everywhere. Do not panic. No fear here. Don't be an ostrich. Don't cry the sky is falling down. Just stay right smack in the middle. Look at what's going on, analyze it critically, come up with a strategic plan, and implement it. Okay? If you need help, reach out. All right. Hope this was helpful. If it was, let me know, and I will talk to you again soon.